It's one of those new Kodak mope. It's unmoved by your touch. You start to say something, and then you remember that you're supposed to be a man of act. You pop a coin in the slot and climb on in.
All right, I'm looking pretty good. Fire away. There's got to be an optics problem with that machine. I look partially digested.
Good thing you didn't opt for that second set of prints after all. Guess that guy won't be filing any complaints with the Portable Business Association. Pretty cool looking, huh? You get fingerprints. You quite cleverly paste your picture over the old one on the ID card. Pretty cool looking, huh? This guy looks like he should be standing watch around one of those barrels. He has a bit of a nervous look about him. He's too far away, or...
Hey!
I wonder if you... Nah, what was I thinking?
Hey!
Buddy, maybe you can help me out. I'm trying to track down this Endodroid. I'm an Endodroid runner. I know it don't look so hot, but I'm in disguise, you know?
In disguise? Yeah, you do look disguised. I just don't know what like. Hey, here's a tip. Think seriously about a flea dip.
I could really use your help getting this one. I've had a hell of a time tracking him down. You've gotta help me. Tell you what, if you can find and immobilize this bionic beer opener, it's worth 50 buckazoids to you. What do you say to that? I've scoured this dung heap. I haven't seen synthetic hide nor hair of him. All that's left to check is that bar. I'd go in there myself, you see, but I've had a little misunderstanding with the management. No biggie. I'm sure it'll blow over soon. Anyway, can you help me out? What do you say? 50 buckazoids. And if you don't mind me saying it, you look like you could use it. So how about it?
Well, I don't know. What's this Endodroid thing look like? And why do you want it?
Well, he's about your height, only maybe a few inches higher. And I'd say about your weight, give or take 60 pounds or so. But then that's just probably because of that stuff he's made of. Kind of a liquid metal thing, but that's not important. He's got a crew cut, and I think he was wearing a long, dark coat. Has a strange accent.
But why do you want him?
Oh, he made some people mad.
How?
Oh, I guess he sort of jumped out of his program and kind of killed and or mangled a score or so of co-workers and, more importantly, management personnel. A big no-no. No big deal. I just gotta take him in for analysis and processing. It could help pull me out of my, unfortunate cash flow situation. And most importantly, it can mean 50 buckazoids for you. What do you say?
Well, I could use the buckazoids. I'll see what I can do.
Great. You won't regret it. You're gonna need this data corder. It's been modified to only be sensitive to certain unique components like droidium, something only an Endodroid would be composed of. This'll help you root him out. Good luck. Let me know when you've got him. Thanks. I gotta go check in with the home office. I'll check back out here a little later to see how you're coming along.
Hey!
Just find the Endodroid, little guy. I'll talk to you later.
This is the data corder you got from that Endodroid hunter dude. This button scrolls the information on the data corder's LCD view screen. The Reconfigure button will reset the internal chips, plates, and IRKs to standard data corder setup. Use this button if you have rearranged the components and wish to restore them to their original positions. You try to mush the liquid crystals around a bit with your finger. Shorten. They don't do anything when you touch them. They just light up. This is the data corder's proximity display. If one light is on, the selected chemical compound shown on the LCD screen is present, but at an extremely low trace level. If two lights are on, the compound is within 100 meters. If all three lights are on and flashing, the compound is within 10 meters. If no lights are on, either the data corder is not turned on, or there is no detectable trace of the compound. This button opens and closes the data corder's faceplate. Don't open the data corder when it's switched on, such as your central. The floor has... You probably wonder where that goes. Well, that wasn't too bad for a borderline physical specimen like you. It didn't quite get the job done, though. Nah, you still haven't convinced the door to yield to your obviously superior physical presence. You summon the ability to... Wow, you really did it! Not exactly the subtlest of entry techniques, but effective. That's pretty macho for the likes of you. Who would have guessed you'd have the makings of a Starsky or a Hutch, or a Tango or a Cash?
you go now and I don't rearrange your organs.
Hey, buddy, get your paws out of my tips or I'll liberate your favorite organ. I'll even let you choose. Or you can leave my tips alone and you won't have to worry about that decision. It's up to you.
That's delightful. You snag a buckazoid off the Waitron. How cool you are. You can hear them say, geez, our skimmer's double hovered. We gotta run. You snag the 4 hoses. Never know when you're going to meet that special lady. The canister snaps neatly into the conduit opening. Nitro begins to flow through the tubing and into the Hey, that nitro's coming out through this conduit. Better shut the tank off before it's all wasted. The nitro stops flowing.
So you're with Polysorbate Security, huh? Yeah, what can I get for you, Chief?
What have you got?
Well, aside from the obvious stuff which is glaring in your face from the back wall here, I do make some mixed drinks. I mean, if I do say so myself, I make a pretty mean William Gibson and a pretty good Asimov cocktail, you know what I mean, huh? Hey, I got you. Try a fuzzy toe jam. They seem to be pretty popular with your particular species here. I got just the thing for you guys. It's something I don't even give the regulars here. What do you think, huh?
Make me a double uvula spritzer. Twist a fleck rind, and I want it hacked and whipped, not like one of those shaken or stirred sissy drinks.
Okay, coming right up, Chief. Listen, this'll take a couple of minutes, but feast your eyes on the making of it, all right?
Oh, that's just fine. Take your time, my good man.
The refrigeration unit contains an ice cube tray and some chilled beverages, none of which looks very enticing to you. You have to be careful about what you consume in these universal spaceport bars. One creature's wine is another creature's bile, and vice versa. Yow! You quickly close that valve again. This one doesn't spew anything. With a flick of your very supple wrist, you pull the conduit loose from below the valve. Oops! You carefully untangle the twisted mass of hookah hoses and then rehook the hoses to create one long hose. It reminds you of Christmas time back home when you enjoyed untangling the Christmas lights and saying to yourself, I get so much satisfaction from cleaning and straightening. One day, I'll be the best janitor ever. Well, at least one part of that dream came true. You are a janitor. You rehook the hoses to create one long one. You get fingerprints all over it. The hookah hose is now attached to the leftmost conduit. You complete the connection between the two conduits. You snag a buckazoid off the Waitron. How cool you are. Nitro begins to flow through the tubing and into the conduit.
Frosta la Kista, baby.
Wow, it worked! This dude's in a deep freeze. But now what are you going to do with him? Cool! Laying a solid blow upside the head of this frigid felon has reduced him to cubes. He's not too hard to handle now. The Endodroid is broken into nice little cube-sized pieces. You quite cleverly whisk the cubed culprit into your dustpan. It's going to be tough to carry him this way, though. It's your whisk broom and tray full of Endodroid. Very good. He'll be much more transportable this way. However, you'd better hope it doesn't thaw. Drat! It appears that the bartender disconnected your cleverly concocted hose link while you were gone.
What can I do for you there, fella?
What have you got?
Well, this side, I got just...
Make me a double uvula spritzer. Twist a fleck rind, and I want it hacked and whipped, not like one of those shaken or stirred sissy drinks.
Okay, coming right up, Chief. Listen, this'll take a couple of minutes, but feast your eyes on the making of it, all right?
Oh, that's just fine. Take your time, my good man.
You pick up the loose end of the hookah hose. The guy looks like he could really use a visit to Supercuts. If the thought of how he might look underneath didn't cause you to involuntarily retch, you might even have paid.
Here's your cubed compadre. Where's my 50 buckazoids?
No bull. You really got him, huh? I mean, good job.
Yeah, I really got him. And I could really use my 50 buckazoids.
Tell you what, I'll pay you when they pay me.
No, I need the money now. Or I let the guy thaw right here, right now.
No, just a minute. You don't want to do that. Hold on to your alimentary contents. I got it here. Here, you happy? I'll just be taking that tray. Been a special treat doing business with you.
Things have quieted a bit since that Endodroid got loose. The arcade's still happening, but Orion is real quiet.
Hold it right there, pal. You don't want to go in there. Trust me, it's not a pretty sight. But then, neither are you. Nonetheless, it's bad news in there, and I can't let you enter. So hit the pavement.